Hi! This video is actually a very late film and upload. Dapat nung January ko pa to ginawa. No, actually, January and February ko pa dapat to ginawa. But since I was out of the country and I had to do a lot of things just to come back here and then settle things down. Anyway, so welcome to my January and February late wrap-up video. Let's go! Anyway, this is my January reads. The King is Dead by Walter Tevis. Si Walter Tevis, siya yung nagsulat ng libro tungkol sa The Queen's Gambit. The Queen's Gambit, as in yung TV series sa Netflix. It's actually a book. So, inadapt nila into a TV series. So, yung The King is Dead, it's a book na merong 27 chapters. 27 chapters pero puro sila mga short stories. In total, 334 pages siya. Tapos, majority ng mga short story is set in 1988 or 1980s na vibe. And yung mga kwento niya is mostly about pool, hustling, at saka chess, of course. I don't really have a favorite dito sa libro na to. Frankly speaking, sobrang bilis ko lang siyang binasa. Actually, binasa ko to ng mabilis kasi medyo na-bore ako. Cannibal Paradise by Tin Talim. Ito, meron akong video nito sa channel, so if you wanna check that out, ito yon. So, it's about a group of friends na pumunta sila sa isang parang paradise island by invitation. Kasi yung girl, yung main lead natin dito, yung MC natin dito, nanalo siya ng tickets to this luxury island getaway. So everything was going well. Everything was amazing at first. Luxury beach, ice creams, food galore. Until one of the 5 friends went missing. So in the most shocking turn of events, yung missing friend nila nagpakita na. Pero nagpakita siya sa isang malaking projector screen and she offed herself on camera. And everything went from Love Island to Saw Island. It's actually a pretty interesting story. May mga shock factors din yung story na yon habang binabasa ko. And I feel like, exciting din siya in some ways, pero naloka talaga ako. Itong libro na to, this is Julia Bart's debut novel. Sinulat niya to nung 2023. Now, the reason why I picked this up is, number 1, nabasa ko kasi yung synopsis niya online. Tapos sabi ko, parang wait lang, parang ang ganda nun ah. Ang interesting. Kasi this is a mystery novel. Actually, mystery thriller siya. Just think Hunting at Hill House or Hunting in Hill House, tapos it meets dark academia theme. Kasi the way the story goes is merong 4 na writers. Tapos lahat sila handpicked by this eccentric, legendary writer. Tapos in-invite sila na pumunta doon sa place niya, doon sa parang mansion niya. At doon sila tuturuan nitong writer na to. Since itong eccentric writer na to, she's such a legendary figure sa writing community nila. Yung 4 na writers, talagang gusto nilang makapunta doon. And yun nga, nakapunta nga sila doon. And the thing is, kung sino yung may pinakamagandang writing skills or yung novel na isusulat nila during that retreat, the writing retreat, yun ang parang tutulungan nitong legendary writer na to para ma-publish yung story nila. Tapos, magsusulat din siya na parang forward tungkol dun sa libro na yon and dun sa writer na yon. Ang kaso, isa doon sa mga napili na 4 na writers, yung biglang nawala. As in, biglang, wait lang, uy, asan na yun? And wala silang ka-idea sa nagpunta yung writer na yun. Tapos, kung ano-ano na nangyayari dun sa writing retreat nila. So, dun na papasok yung mystery aspect. Dito kasi sa story na to, yung MC natin, si Alex, meron siyang past. Okay? Hindi ko na sasabihin kung ano yun, pero meron siyang past na she's trying to solve kasi isa dun sa 4 na writers yung ex-best friend niya. So, she's trying to write her magnum opus story or novel. Tapos she wants to impress this legendary author. Tapos she's also trying to like solve or parang work out the best friend relationship. Basta ang daming ganap dito sa libro na to. Pero ang pinaka-bottom line kasi dito, I mean, yung lesson dito sa story nito is, do you really have what it takes to be a great writer? And I feel like that would resonate sa mga writers sa community ko and dito, of course, sa YouTube. Kasi, of course, everyone wants to be noticed. Everyone wants to be heard. Pero at what cost? At what cost would you do everything to get to your dreams or to make your dreams come true? So, nandun yung parang mystery aspect dito. Mystery, thriller, dark academia aspect dito sa story na to. Next is What Moves the Dead by T. King Fisher. So, this is a 2022 horror, and as I understand, itong story na to ay loosely based dun sa isa sa mga stories ni Edgar Allan Poe called The House of Usher. I don't know, they call it horror, pero para sa akin, para siyang gothic echo horror. Think Annihilation, yung movie, yung, sino ba to? Sino yung queen, si Queen Amidala, yung nandun. Ewan ko, nakalimutan ko na naman pangalan niya, pero naalala ko yung mukha niya, nakalimutan ko na. Anyway, lalagay ko na lang yung picture niya somewhere here. So, please do not come for me. Sobrang daming laman ng utak ko ngayon. Hindi ko na maalala yung pangalan ng actress. Pero she's so good. I love her. Anyway, nung binabasa ko tong story na to, admittedly, medyo nabore ako. Kahit na super short read siya, nahirapan akong basahin siya. If you're a fan of the game The Last of Us, at saka yung TV series ng The Last of Us, ganun yung vibes niya. As in, yung mga monsters doon, yung mutation doon, yun yung nangyayari dito sa story na to. Some People Need Killing by Patricia Evangelista. Ito naman, this is a non-fic na libro. So, non-fic means makatotohanan. Hindi siya fiction. Nangyari talaga to, the dates, the events, the people are real. So, it's more of like a historical and memoir na libro. Yung nagsulat dito sa libro na to, she's actually a journalist, a real-life journalist. So what she did was, ginather niya lahat ng story tungkol sa harrowing state killings, tama ba? State killings dito sa Philippines during ng presidency ni Duterte. Or rather, yung tinatawag nating Duterte's War on Drugs. So this is more like a reflection, 'di ba? Sa lahat na nangyari, particularly dun nga do sa War on Drugs. Itong next na libro, I believe na mention ko to sa Facebook. The next book is Ghost Eaters by Clay McLeod Chapman. This is a horror. I know. Ang tapang ko no? Nagbabasa na din ako ng horror ngayon. I mean, even before, nagbabasa na din naman ako dati pa ng horror, pero medyo tinigilan ko kasi yung pagbabasa ng horror after nung kay Jamil Fuma. Kailangan ko ng pahinga. Ito, kaya ko to binasa kasi naghanap ako ng mga stories na related dun sa movie na Talk to Me. So yung Talk to Me kasi, ano siya, indie film siya. Actually, it's more on the possession side of things. So, yon. Pero, itong libro na to, it served as a sort of inspiration for the film. Kasi, yung story kasi ng Ghost Eaters, merong magbabarkada. The whole thing is digging on the reflection of a drug addict, abuse, grief, toxic relationships, romantic relationships, at saka second chances. Ewan ko, pero at some point, habang binabasa ko tong story na to, parang nabore ako. So, meron akong mga parts na ini-skip. It felt dragging. Ang nagustuhan ko talaga dito sa libro na to is yung clear representation nung kung paano nakakaapekto yung drug abuse and drug addiction sa lahat ng tao. Nakalimutan ko na yung movie. Basta yung tungkol siya doon sa pill, tapos pag ininom mo, parang magiging super smart ka. So, it's kind of like that, pero when you drink the pill, you'd be able to communicate and see the ghost world or the ghost realm. Kaya siya Ghost Eaters. The next book is Counterweight by Yuna. Anyway, yon. Ito, maganda tong libro na to. Pero, feeling ko mas maganda siya kung hindi siya libro. Kasi, anong tawag dito? Masyadong... Okay, ganito kasi yon. So, it's a political sci-fi and it has such a good sci-fi visual. And when I say sci-fi visual, I mean yung kung paano niya dinedescribe yung pagka-sci-fi niya doon sa story. Ewan ko pero for me, it's almost similar doon sa mga description sa Dune. Alam nyo yun, yung mga families, may mga family, tapos they're always fighting for this power, for this position of power. So, para siyang ganon. So, that's why I said na feeling ko mas okay siya as a show or a script kesa sa libro. Kasi alam niyo yung kapag sa mga sci-fi at saka sa mga fantasy, sobrang daming details. Minsan nakakaloka na. And ayun, once again, parang sa akin, feeling ko, sometimes it becomes so dragging. Lalo na kapag mga tech description. Parang wait lang. Pakikalmahan. Evil Flowers by Gunhill. Hindi ko alam kung paano ipapronounce yung name. So, there you go. Papakita ko na lang. Eto, first DNF. DNF ko itong short story na to. So, hindi ko madedescribe sa inyo kung ano talaga nangyari doon sa story kasi talagang super na-bore ako. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Pero sinama ko siya dito kasi, well, gusto ko siya isama kasi binasa ko naman. Wala lang talaga na-retain sa utak ko. February reads, let's start with Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. I love Ryan Holiday. Fina-follow ko actually siya sa Instagram, sa YouTube. Nakikinig ako ng mga YouTube videos niya. Kasi most of the discussions or topics that he mostly talks about is Stoicism. So siya, si PewDiePie. Actually, PewDiePie is the reason why I started looking up Stoicism or how to be a Stoic. I feel like being a student of Stoicism, mas naging kalmado ako, and it's actually a good way to live. And it's not just about not taking anything seriously, no. It's more of allowing myself to understand and be more open sa mga tao at sa mga nangyayari sa paligid ko. But at the same time, holding up my own barrier, holding up my own boundaries, and protecting myself too. Sobrang daming highlights ang ginawa ko dito sa libro na to. And madami kayong pwedeng i-apply in real life. So, I wholeheartedly recommend to you any books from Ryan Holiday. If you follow me on Instagram or in Facebook or dito sa YouTube, you know, or at least I've mentioned Mona Awad. Si Mona Awad kasi, unang beses ko siya nabasa from Bunny. Binasa ko yung Bunny out of curiosity. Tsaka kasi, yun nga, it's part of the Dark Academia list. So, yun, sabi ko parang, ano ba meron dito sa Bunny na to? So, binasa ko yun. Sabi ko nga, sa isa sa mga, wrap-up videos ko dito sa YouTube, para siyang fever dream. Kasi the way na magsulat tong si Mona Awad, parang nakakaloka. Ano siya, chaotic, at the same time, yun nga, fever dream. Pero, maganda naman yung lessons. Anyway, nade-distract na ako. So, itong binasa ko is Rouge by Mona Awad. As usual, isa sa mga themes or yung mga topics na palaging nasasama sa mga stories nito si Mona Awad is kulto. You heard that right? Cult. And when I say cult, it means cult with a capital C. Because there's a lot of crazies going on in this book. Think Paradise Hills, pero lagyan mo ng kulto effect. Lagyan mo din ng delusion of grandeur ng K-poppies at mga K-beauty worshippers. Lagyan mo ng sprinkle of grief and some crazy Beauty and the Beast retelling. Mix all of that together, you will get Rouge. Nung binabasa ko to, so vibe siya nung Bunny at saka nung story din ni Mona Awad na All's Well. Sobrang dami kong mga what the fuck moments dito habang binabasa ko tong story na to. Eto, I think most of Mona Awad's stories, parang mahilig siya mag-call out sa mga tao, specifically do sa beauty industry. It's a horror mixed with satire, especially kapag nandun sila dun sa Rouge. Kasi Rouge is parang spa, pero hindi siya ordinaryong spa. Ayoko nang i-spoil sa inyo, pero madaming ganap dun sa spa na yon. I will always love Mona Awad. So kahit na nakakaloka yung mga stories niya or yung mga novels na sinusulat niya, bibili at bibili pa rin ako ng anything that she writes. Phantom of the Opera. Period. Ito, I just read this out of curiosity. So I watched the film. It's a play. It's a musical. I did a research on it and na-discover ko na yun nga, meron siyang libro. It's based off the musical. Tapos meron din silang movie version nun. So, being a play and musical lover myself, pinanood ko yun. Yung movie. Hindi ko pa siya napapanood as a musical play, pero I'm hoping someday I will. So let's talk about yung film version. So, dun sa film version, si Gerard Butler, siya si Eric. Si Eric is yung ghost ko, no? Dun sa Phantom of the Opera. Siya yung Phantom. All I can say is, honestly, dapat hindi si Gerard Butler yung kinuha nilang actor for Eric. I mean, if they really want to project yung monstrosity nitong si Phantom, nitong si Eric. Kasi, ginawa nilang gwapo to si Gerard Butler dun sa movie. Eh, yung description naman niya dun sa libro, parang he's supposed to be gruesome, he's supposed to be ugly and whatever. Seryoso ba kayo? Gerard Butler, ugly? No! I mean, Gerard Butler's a daddy. Hindi ko siya ever makikita na pangit kasi walang pangit kay Gerard Butler. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. Favorite ko yung naka-red si Gerard Butler. Tapos nandun siya sa hagdan. Tapos parang, I love that for him. Basta for me, malayo yung description ni Eric from the book dun sa screen version. So, yeah, masyado nilang ginawang sexy itong si Phantom. Dito sa channel na to, medyo bulag tayo pagdating sa red flags. Anyway, whatever. Move on. Okay, medyo mahaba yung title to, so kailangan kong basahin. Someone who will love you in all your damaged glory. Ito, compilation din to ng mga short story. Sinulat to nung guy na nagsulat dun sa Bob's Burgers ba yun? Or ano yun? Joe Horseback? Teka lang. Nakalimutan ko na, basta yung may kabayo. So, yon, siya yung nagsulat nun. So, it's all about love. So, it's a variety of short stories, pero lahat sila is tungkol sa love. Unwittingly, kasi, nung time na yon, meron akong pinagdadaanan. So, super relate ako dun sa mga binabasa ko. So, I can say that this book is super on time for my heartbreak season. Alam ko, February, tapos I'm in a heartbreak season. Actually, binasa ko siya as ebook, so from Kindle. Thank you, Kindle. Okay, second to the last. I Hope This Finds You Well by Kate Bayer. This is a poetry book. Si Kate Bayer, nakaka-receive siya ng mga emails from people. At yung mga emails na yon, ginawa niyang poetry. And I really like how she did it. So dun sa ebook version, pag binasa mo siya, dito sa left side, nandun yung email. Pagdating dun sa right side, nandun naman yung poetry niya. Yung poetry based from the email na nasa left side. It's just so creative paano niya ginawa yun. Kasi syempre limited yung words na ginagamit niya. Kasi yung words lang na nasa email, yun lang yung ginagamit niya for the poetry. So, wala lang. I like how she did it. Manacled by Senlin Yu. Ito, hindi siya libro. It's actually a fan fiction. A Harry Potter fan fiction. If you are familiar with the Harry Potter love team, na binuo ng mga tao na Hermione or Draco Hermione, yun ang Manacled. Nagsimula kasi talaga tong fanfic na to sa AO3. Tapos, lumaki siya ng lumaki kasi everyone loves Draco Hermione. So, at saka, ewan ko, ang steamy nung pagkakagawa. Well, not really steamy, pero basta, ang ganda nung pagkakasulat dito. I don't like fanfiction, pero ito, nagustuhan ko talaga. So, ang gist ng story is, during the Wizarding War, or yun nga, yung labanan between Voldemort and Harry Potter, ang nangyari, dito sa story na to, namatay si Harry Potter. So, natalo yung kampo ni Harry Potter. Tapos, itong si Hermione at saka yung ibang mga kasama nila sa order, lahat ng babae pinakuha, tapos lahat sila ginawang slaves. It's like Harry Potter meets The Handmaid's Tale. Ang ganda ng pagkakasulat, ang ganda ng mga fan arts. Actually, it's most of the fan arts na talagang nakaka-capture sa akin. Pero you get the point. Meron kasi ako nung written copy, meron ako nung PDF nung buong Manacled na yon. Madami siyang chapters. Tapos nung una, binabasa ko siya. Pero, nung na-discover ko na meron siyang audio version na meron sa Spotify, links down below, doon ko siya pinakinggan. Tapos parang, oh my God, the details. Wala lang, parang, ang sakit. Masakit siya na nakakakilig. Naiinis ako kay Draco, pero parang, oh my God, I want a Draco Malfoy. Iba naman kasi talaga si Draco Malfoy dun sa books. Kailangan ko maghanap ng kausap. Pero buti na lang, meron akong friend na nabasa na din niya yun. Mahilig din siya magbasa ng mga fanfic. Actually, nag-suggest din siya sa akin ng madami pang Dramioni na mga fanfic sa AO3. So, titignan ko din yun. Babasahin ko din yun. Tsaka kasi, basahin mo. Pag nabasa mo na yung Harry Potter series, tapos babasahin mo yun, yung Manacled, maganda siya! And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here with me. Kung meron kayong mga stories, mga books, mga fanfic na gusto nyong i-recommend sa akin, put them all down sa comment section and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye!